Hello and welcome to the Leckiju Lounge. This is your host Lex, and as my brother would always say, let's talk capella. Hello and good evening, good morning, good night to my lovely listeners and lovely watchers from all around the world. Hello from China. It's been a while, I know, since my upload, but a lot has been going on, and trust, I'm going to be getting into it all in today's episode. So before I get into it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give this video a like because you're going to have a good time. As you can see, I'm currently in my new apartment in Guangzhou, China. So behind me, I don't know if this is going to be the new setup. This is a cute little window seat that we have in our room. So I might do some episodes from here, maybe from my bed, maybe from out on the streets. I don't know. It's kind of hot outside, but this is my apartment. This is my cute little window, so you can see a bit of the city out there. But let's get into some storytelling because so much has gone down. I have been here now for 3 weeks, which is actually crazy to imagine. I have my notes for this episode. I just jotted down, and there's so much that's happened, but my last episode was from Manila in the Philippines, and I think I posted it my second day here. So that was during my travel, and I know it's funny. I told a whole story about my baggage in the Philippines, about how one of them was almost left behind in Vancouver, and then it got saved and whatnot. So fast forward to when I land in Hong Kong. So from that last episode, I had gone from Manila to... Wait, it was just my last flight. So Manila to Hong Kong, which is a 2-hour or 2.5-hour flight. And everything in that layover in the Philippines was a 13-hour layover. Everything was honestly fine there. I somehow survived it, and I felt fine. Stomach was fine. Everything was fine. And to my knowledge, my baggage and my suitcase had been transferred all the way to Hong Kong. Because I asked everyone at these desks. I asked everyone. And everyone told me, it's with you. It's all the way to Hong Kong. we got it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I landed in Hong Kong. And I'm walking off the plane. I don't know what's that called. It's the hallway. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, I get into the Hong Kong airport. Obviously, a lot's going through my brain. Mind you, while on this flight, I got a little bit sick. I don't know if this was airplane food, something in the Philippines while I was there, just not sleeping and doing this 40-hour trip and sleeping only 4 hours. I don't know. It was a lot of things. And I'm landing about 11 p.m. So, I started to have bad stomach pains on the flight, and I've been fine this whole trip so far, but I started to have some really bad stomach pains, and I was like, it's fine. I will get through it, but I did have to go to the bathroom on the airplane because I was having to push into my stomach because I will get these really sharp pains. It feels like a sword stabbing out of my pancreas, out. Hurts so bad. And so, I'm getting off the plane thinking I know someone's waiting on me. I had an agent picking me up from the airport, which that's another thing. I'm trying to text him, but I don't have Wi-Fi, and I'm landing here in Hong Kong. I don't know. It's a lot. So I'm texting him, but I told myself, I was the first bathroom I see after getting on this plane, I'm going in. It's not an option. I'm going in. I just need a minute to let this go. Then, and I know this might be TMI. I don't care. It's part of the experience. Then I'm walking off into the airport, and there's someone standing with a paper that says Lex Fowler or Mr. Lex Fowler, and it has a number underneath. And I was seeing it, I was kind of excited for a moment because I was wait, I don't know, this is not where anyone would be able to pick me up. But I thought this is kind of luxury. Maybe they have a sign with my name on it. They're picking me up, which is stupid of me, I know, because that would never happen right there. Nor would this happen anyways. But I thought for a second, and then I go up and I was like, hi, I'm Lex Fowler. She didn't speak great English, but was good enough. And she was she pointed at the number and she was this is the number of your luggage. We lost it. And I was oh. inside I was literally like, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. I'm too tired for this. I can't do this. She told me what I had to do, and I kind of understood. And I was like, okay. Like, y'all, I'm crying. I'm not, but I like needed to. Then I'm walking around in the airport, and I'm like, I don't know where the hell I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing in this new country. Then I'm speaking to people, trying to make like sense of it. And I have a photo because I took a photo of the number, and I'm like, this, like, where do I go for this? And I was really trying to make sure because I didn't want to go through immigration to go. That's where the baggage claim is. But I didn't want to go through immigration because I was wondering, like, if I need to do something before going through there. Otherwise, I can't come back, or it's not easy to, you know? So, mind you, yes, this is my first time in an airport, really. Well, not really, but this is my first time out of the country, second flight ever. So I don't need to reiterate that. But I make sense of it because I like walked back and forth a little bit. And then I was like, mind you, I'm not going to the bathroom at this point. I can't. I have shit to do, but not like that. So then I go through immigration. Then I go down to carousel 5 out of 20, bro. It's the biggest baggage claim thing I've ever seen in my life. So I go over to baggage claim 5. I'm seeing this large carousel, and I'm like, so I have 2 bags now to pick up because Manila, they made me. So I thought I was going to be missing both of my bags because I didn't see either of them at that carousel. Then I go over to the like desk. I go up to this guy first, which actually this guy is a very important part of the story. I go up to this guy because I just like needed some help. I was like, where is the desk? Like, where do I go for this? And he was like super nice and super cute. That's just important a little bit to the story because since this entire trip and being here 3 weeks, this is the cutest person I've seen here. And like, obviously, I'll get to it in a second. So he points me to the direction of this thing. And like the way he talks is really cute. I don't know. He did speak English and understand, like it was decent. And it's like the way he was talking was just really cute. I don't know. So I go to this desk where there's like a million people working behind this desk, a bunch of Chinese men. And they were so helpful and understood me. And like, I was like, these people are like angels right now. This is exactly what I needed. So they helped me. Mind you, someone's like, the agent is texting me and I'm like, hey, just so you know, like, this is a whole issue. I explained it to him while I'm doing all this. And he was also an angel because he was like, don't worry, I'm waiting for you. Like, and it was like midnight by the time I got out, but he was like, I'm not going to go anywhere without you, which was so sweet. Then, but it's also his job. So there's that. But, then I fill out this whole form because we did find one of my bags, thankfully, and it had all my like immediate things I needed. The other one had all my like full-size toiletries, a lot of things I needed, but it's whatever. So that one was left back in Vancouver. These hoes who told me my bag was with me. Anyways, Philippine Airlines, count your days. They were actually very pleasant. However, they kind of they lied or they just didn't know what was up. They just somehow fumbled. They fumbled my luggage, but it's okay. So anyways, these people were super helpful. I filed a claim for a lost luggage, which I do have now, by the way, but I got it like 5 days after getting here, which is actually decent, you know, and I just had to buy a few things here. So let's see. This man, though, this cute man, he also works at this desk. So later he was over there and I was like, he's so cute. Like, I just was watching him. And mind you, this is in Hong Kong. I'm staying in Guangzhou. So I was like, obviously this is not the situation to like make a move. By make a move, I mean just like say something to him or like compliment him because that's the type of person I am. Like, I just want to compliment someone if I feel like they should hear it. And I kept thinking maybe I should, because I'm not gonna really do anything in the way that like I'm not going to be in Hong Kong. I'm not going to be near this area. So there's no point. But I was at least going to be like, tell him he's super cute, super whatever. But then he was just helping someone after that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to interfere with this. I don't think this is my place and time. But I did for like 2 days after that. I was still thinking about that man. He really, just the way he was speaking was real cute. So I finally made it out. And I did get to go to the bathroom because the agent was like, hey, it's going to be a long ride, so you should go to the bathroom. And I said, and I will. And I still think I was kind of sick or just super tired. So then we go out, and I'm thinking, for some reason in my brain, I'm thinking, oh, we're just going to get in a taxi and ride like 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. No. So we first take a taxi, and it's the hottest I've ever felt because I'm on the verge of passing out because of everything. Now I'm carrying my backpack plus the other carry-on bag. And this is the reason I think my luggage did not make it. This is the universe saying, you would have died and passed out if you had to also haul that bag around through all this that I'm about to tell you. So I went, okay, we went on a taxi that went to the first customs building, which you have to like, I don't understand. The agent didn't really understand. He had never done this with someone else before. So I had to like basically prove why I'm going into mainland China. And you have to prove like that you're staying here for this long, you have a work permit, all the things. And they be asking me, I'm too tired, but they're asking me trick questions. Like they're being like, you're going in this city, and like they tell you the wrong city so that you like have to actually think and tell them, no, it's the city. And then they like are looking. It's so weird, but I understand like why they do it. But we do that. Then we get in a bus shuttle that takes us to another customs building, which is for your bags and stuff that you're bringing in. And then you get in an Uber, and that took forever. And it was honestly such a, like, I didn't think that I didn't know like if there was a sketchy area or what that would look like. It wasn't sketchy as in I didn't feel safe, but it's like one of those areas where everyone's trying to sell you a ride, and a million people on the street, a million taxis, and everyone smokes. It's the most humid I've ever experienced in my life. And we're waiting outside, and I'm like holding these bags, and my shoulder's broken from this strap. Okay. So yes, sounds like a horror story, but I promise it's actually been a lot of fun since being here. There's been some great things as well. Just getting here was quite the travel and quite the test. So then we ride finally, and I fell asleep in the car for maybe 10 minutes. And I'm trying to be like looking at the city and try to like have that moment of like, oh, this is so cool, but it was just hard because I was dead. And then we got to the apartment. I met my roommate, and my roommate is very great. That's like a note I made in here is I got very lucky on a roommate. He's been here before, so it's not his first time, but he's just like very experienced. He knows what he's doing in China. He speaks a good bit of the language, and just helpful, very helpful, and like what I needed, because when I had to buy things on my first day and like go out and get a few things or go eat, like he was just helpful, and especially even now, but for the first week especially, it was like he was just helpful setting up my apps, because they do everything from apps here, and going out, like anytime he suggested we do something, I just said yes, because I'm just like, I want to experience things. And I know if I didn't have him, I would probably have stayed in the apartment a lot at first, and you don't need to do that. You need to just go out and experience and kind of throw yourself into it. So yeah, he's been very nice, but let's see. Let me look at my notes, because now this is me getting here. Yes, that was 3 weeks ago. And what have I been doing in 3 weeks? So I have gone to 6 castings, modeling wise. Okay, let's talk about that. I've gone to 6 castings. Some felt good about, some of them, not that I felt bad about any of them. Some of them were just like super quick, and it's like not interested, which is normal. There's a lot of rejection. I haven't gotten any like Immediate yeses don't really happen at castings, I feel, but I haven't heard back from anything from any of the castings so far. That doesn't mean they're all no's. Some of them take longer, some of them take time, or it's just for future projects. But anyways, I haven't heard anything yet. I have done a fitting, which is like a possible job. I don't really know what the tea is on that, because there's not as many in-person castings. You know, my agents, they're sending me to things online and submissions all the time, but a lot of it, like, I don't get to see and be a part of necessarily. I did one test shoot. It was actually on my birthday, which is so awesome because all those photos that I'll have forever were taken on my birthday. And I think that's really special and cool because we did 6 looks, which is big for a test shoot. Like, and actually, I just found out that the photographer said that there were over 1,000 photos taken that day. And like, we're not getting all of those. Obviously, he selected certain ones and had us pick. I haven't even gotten them all, but they're really cool. We did like 3 different hairstyles, 6 outfits, like I said, and like different vibes where I feel like I had a whole new portfolio, like a whole new book. Because to me, a book that's like complete, maybe not complete, but I feel like you at least need 4 different looks of yourself in a portfolio. And I already have a lot, but like this was 6 in one day. It was like a 9 to 6 p.m. shoot. And so much fun. So much fun. Obviously, I love shooting and stuff. And the team was great. The photographer was great. So that was awesome. My birthday was so much fun. I mean, having a 21st in China, like, that's something I'll never forget. And that was where most of my day was spent. But then the night I ended up going out and doing like a little chicken place. It's like it was like they had wings, like some boneless, some not, and some fries. Like the kind where you wear gloves to eat there, where it's just like it's kind of messy, but it's fun. We did that, and then we went to a bar. And the bar was called The Range. Shout out The Range. It's really cute in there. Like, so aesthetic. We sat upstairs in this little couch, and there's like pool there. Not a pool, but like the billiards pool. And then I had like my 21st cocktail. It was super fun. And I was so like happy with my drink choice because it was all Chinese characters. I was just picking it off of vibes and some like drawings of fruits and plants. And I was like, let's do it. And it was such a good choice. The next day I was like, I want that again. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make it a regular thing. And there were some angels there, 2 women. One of them, it was her birthday, and she like wanted to cheers with us. And she ended up like coming back, and she bought for like my birthday, and my roommate was there, so she bought us a shot. And I have no idea what the shot was, but I can tell you that it was great. It was so great. I need to find out what it is next time and be like, hey, so it was so good. Like, anyways, I got a haircut. I don't know if you can tell. This honestly kind of looks like my normal hair. It seems to have more like height and volume because it's less heavy. But we basically got a haircut that would be more symmetrical, because during my test shoot, the hairstylist like kind of had some like challenges with it. And most of the clients here just prefer something that's a little bit more symmetrical, and that can, like, if it's down in the front, like, I don't want to do it entirely right now, but like if I fix it, okay, yeah, that's not happening right now. But if I fix it like that, you can kind of, I don't know, it's more like the Asian look, more the market here. So I did that last Friday. Yeah, last week. And I love the agency here a lot. They've been very helpful, obviously, and that's their job. But I just feel like they really take care with us, and anything I need help with, like even ordering things, like their Amazon type of thing here is called Taobao. And if I order something, like I had some issues because they gave me the wrong shipping address at first, and like I'm rerouting all my stuff right now, but I had to return all these things that I had ordered and get them. But obviously everyone speaks in Chinese. When they call me, I can't do anything. So like in the agency, they also help with things like that, or like groceries or food if I needed it. So that's nice. Obviously, I have a good roommate for that as well, but they're willing to help with most things. And as far as their personalities, like I like all of them so far. Whenever I go into the agency, it feels like a kiki. It feels like a good time. I'm going to take a break, but I'll be back. Welcome back from the break. Did you subscribe yet? If you didn't, give this video a like, and if you made it this far, I love you already. Yes, give me a subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss an episode from me, because I'm going to be posting every Thursday, 6 p.m. and just like follow along my journey, because I'm going to be trying to do episodes here from China and documenting like some cool things I'm doing, some touristy things I'm doing. Like, this is such a cool experience. So the fact that I get to like put it on the internet for you guys to see and you guys to like be a part of my story, but also for me to be able to like look back on and see what I was doing is really such a cool thing. So you guys know why I love doing this and entertaining and stuff. I wanted to talk about my apartment and just Guangzhou a little bit. So, I have not been out of this city so far since I've been here. I've traveled a lot. Guangzhou is very big. There's a lot of different districts. So, the district I live in is actually very nice. Like, I feel so grateful because we have like everything within walking distance. Like, there's a ton of restaurants, stores, like bakeries. It's just really everything you can imagine, and like honestly so many options that it's overwhelming for like restaurants and stuff, but it's super nice to have because there's like a plaza and everything you can imagine. It's also residential, like apartments, so there's so many like families here, and I feel like that's also nice. Like, I see kids on the streets all the time and they're like playing, and it's just like good vibes here, I think. The actual apartment that we have is also very nice, and for a first model apartment, it's like such a score. And I think 2 of our roommates are moving out this week, so we might actually get to spread out a little bit, and that would be awesome, at least temporarily. So I might even have a different room by my next episode. We'll see. Like I said, I share an actual room, so I'm on a top bunk right now, which is not the best, but I grew up in bunk beds, so I feel like it's fine. It's actually like not that bad. The only thing that I've ordered that's actually come was a silk pillowcase, because I should have brought mine, but I didn't. And this silk pillowcase, guys, sometimes you got to spend the money. And this was technically part of my pocket money, so like I didn't even really spend the money, but sometimes you just have to invest. And invest in bedding, invest in something that I'm going to use every day, because it's just like it made me feel like luxurious. It made me feel like I was living in luxury, and it's not. It's literally like it looks like a prison bed, but that silk pillowcase turned it out. I've been to a lot of restaurants around here, and I've also revisited a lot of the same restaurants. Today I actually went to one of my faves, and I can't pronounce it, so I can't really recommend it, but a lot of the places here are also not like chain restaurants, so I can't really recommend it. Like, hey, if you come here, try this. I wouldn't say the Cantonese food is incredibly my style, but the simple dishes are. Like, I love rice, of course, and I love noodles, so anything plain like that I get down with, and I get down with most chicken. I have had one horror story with some chicken since I came here, but it's okay. I've had some really great chicken while I was here too, and I like have at least found enough restaurants where if like I didn't go to any new ones, I would have enough to like visit. But I'm still exploring a lot. There's still a lot of places I want to try, and I've also gone out for a couple treats because I told my roommate that his name is Daniele. I don't know if I have said that. No, but anyways, Daniele, you can meet him if you're on my Instagram, my TikTok. Go follow. He's a lot of fun. We've done some dance covers together so far, where he's in my stories and everything. But he likes a sweet treat from time to time, and I do too. But I'm just one of those people that I won't stop and get something. Like, if someone asks me, I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need it, because I think grew up with that, where it's like, yeah, we didn't need it, so we didn't get it. And like, I don't fault anyone for this. Actually, like, I appreciate my parents did this because, and parents, if you're watching, hello. But if we like said we wanted something, or like, this is cool, like we want this, they'd be like, do you need it? And we'd be like, no, because obviously, no, we don't. Like, if it was a toy, if it was a like whatever, they were like, do you need that? And we're like, no. It really puts you into perspective, because it's like, no, I don't need it. And I think like my brothers and I have stuck with that a good bit, where it's like, we don't necessarily splurge on ourselves. Now that we're adults, I think that we have learned to do it a little bit with like certain interests, or sometimes it's just like, hey, yeah, treat yourself. Like, I've definitely come into that within the last year, but that also has to do with like making money and stuff. Like, when I've made money, then I've realized like, hey, I can spend money on myself from time to time. And when it comes to food and a treat, I've done that a lot more within the last year, or just this year with food, where I'm like, hey, if I want something good to eat, I'm gonna go get some food to eat that I want. So, yeah, I just am like not a huge like stop and get something type of person when I don't need it. If I have this water bottle in my bag on the go, that's all I need, you know? I just was saying yes to things. So we've stopped at this place called Bubble Waffle. It's close by. It's my favorite place here. I'm going to do a video dedicated to it. Maybe it'll already be posted by the time this comes out. But like, I've also tried Cantonese ice cream, and I didn't think I was going to like it because I'm not a huge ice cream fan, especially because the flavor my roommate wanted to get was like a strawberry and matcha one. And I was like, this is so not me. Like, it was so good. It was so good. That's why I'm like grateful for him, because it's making me try things. And, you know, I think I'm already a very open-minded person, I feel, but I just feel like coming here and part of this experience is like more mind-opening, and like I'm trying to just kind of do things, because it's like, when would I ever get the experience or like the opportunity to do this again? So I'm kind of just doing things. It's the same with the haircut, where I was like, yeah, I loved my hair before, but I'm going to be here for 3 months. Like, let me just do it. Let me just try things new. I want to pivot a little bit to like things that I've done so far, not necessarily in Guangzhou, but not in my district. So I haven't done too many touristy things, but I've gone to 2 major locations, which is the Canton Tower. I went there like in my 3rd day, and the Canton Tower, kind of funny because I live close to Canton back in Woodstock, but that's Canton, Georgia. This is Canton, like, tower. It's a huge tower. I don't know. You can go in it, but it's not free. And it lights up in like the middle of the city, and there's like a bunch of stores around there, and that was fun. We were meeting up with some other models, and we did lunch there. We went to another district that day that I don't know the name of, but you can see my vlog of it in a reel I did. Also, I've been to the Dafo Temple. Also have a reel on that. Go check it out. And I just posted the photos to my Instagram, so it's in the link tree. You know where to find me. And the temple was so beautiful. Also, just really cool to see their culture. How like, because when I'm going there, I'm just like a viewer. I'm kind of just, you know, for them, it's so much more than that. Like, it's a huge, for people who are Buddhist, it's like such a huge part of their culture and such a big part of their life. Like, that temple, it's very like sacred place for them. And for me, it's more of just like an attraction. I don't know if that's bad or not, but you know, I still think it's super cool to see. Like, I love seeing things like that because it's something I would never have the opportunity to have. And I wanted to talk about the dating scene here so far. The dating scene here, I have not gone on any dates, and obviously that's not what I'm here for. So if it doesn't happen, I was literally telling my friend, I was like, if I didn't go on a date the entire time that I was here, I wouldn't be surprised. Just because that's like who I am. I don't know, like, it's not that I don't want to, because I'm down, of course. Well, not really. I'm down with the right person, but the thing is I'm not going to just like settle to go out. And I've said that before, even back where I lived before. And like, not to say that I don't think the people here, like I would vibe with, I actually think I would. And a lot of people, like, there's nice people here. There's attractive people here and everything. But I thought that it would meet my standard a little bit more here, or my type rather. But yes, it does. It actually does. But it still does not really reach the bar. At least yet. And I'm just saying that yet. But I won't go too much into that. I just wanted to say a little bit of the dating scene here because it's different for everyone for sure. And I'm like not opposed to the idea at all. But I'm also like in the mindset of I'm not going to force anything because it's never worth it. Don't ever force it. But I'm not gonna really set myself up to be doing anything like crazy and just like assuming that I'm gonna be going out and stuff, because that's not really me. And I never want it that bad. I never need anything like that bad. Obviously, in the back of my brain and like in my heart, there's always a constant want to have someone and have something, just because that's like a big part of me. And because I have so much love to give. I think I've also talked about that on this podcast. Like I have so much love to give, and that's just like a gift that God has given me. But there's just no one to give it to at this point in time, so it's okay. But I am looking, but not forcing. I'll end it on that. I'm looking, but not forcing. Also on my socials, I wanted to shout out that I've started this model series, and I want you guys to check it out. I'm posting it on Instagram if you have. I'm posting it on TikTok and even YouTube Shorts, which is a scary place to be. I know I've gotten some hate comments, but that's what it is. I signed up for it when I posted. So it's a model series basically that's just following my journey as a model, not just here in China. Yes, this is where the journey starts, but if it goes somewhere else after this, and like I might keep it up. But for now, it's about China. It's about like what I'm doing here, how I'm trying to book a job. And when I book the first job, I want to capture it in the series. So it's also another thing awesome to look back on, and also to show other models that it's like possible and what it's really like, and how it's not just like all the success and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of waiting involved and all the things. So I think it's a cool series. I might be the biggest fan of that series, but that's normally me with my content and everything. So that's me with my podcast. I'm my podcast's biggest fan. Another big thing that's happened in life, and I'm relatively wrapping up, but not quite. So 2 more big topics that I want to acknowledge. One of them, the AT's comeback. Of course, I have to talk about this. This could even have its own episode, but I just want to talk about this because this was very helpful for me when I was like, it happened 2 weeks ago, maybe, their comeback, and that was super nice. Well, one, it was a birthday gift to me. Hello. But also, it was just like something to occupy my brain, which ADs has always been helpful for. I've been following them through some like hard times of my life, through some fun times of my life, and no matter what, like I always enjoy their content, and it brings me so much joy to watch them, and it inspires me so much. Like it makes me want to dance, it makes me want to perform, it makes me want to like do so much. And they even inspire like me in fashion and style and modeling and literally everything. So if you haven't checked out their album, Golden Arrow Part 5, I'm here to influence the girls because I've been doing that. But listen to Bad by ATEEZ, watch the music video, watch a live performance. That's actually my biggest recommendation, is watch a live performance, because that's where they are their best. And they're amazing. They're great. They're so cool. Son's birthday's coming up, and which is also the anniversary of the last time I saw them in concert. We're hoping for another one. But also, great news about my roommate is he also happens to be an 18E, which we've been over, but that's new to the podcast. So yeah, he's also an 18E, and that's super awesome to have. And he's a K-pop stan. So like, that's just nice. It's nice. It gives ally. He's not hating on, a lot of people hate on K-pop and or they just don't get it. I feel like he understands the world of it, and that's really nice. I was actually telling him, he didn't quite relate to this, but I was like, do you ever have an artist that like you love so much that it hurts? Like when you see them? And he was like, who, ATEEZ? And I was like, well, yes, but I was actually thinking about Cobra. Y'all know I've talked about Cobra on here. Stan Cobra immediately. Actually, she's not everyone's style, but for me, like, I love her. When I see her Instagram post, it hurts in my chest and my stomach, like, because I can't express it. That's what it is. It's like a stove up feeling. And I was telling my brother about this last night. He understands it because he feels this for like a character from like a game or a character from a movie. And it's like, because it's something that's not tangible to you, it's like you feel such a love for it, but you can't really do anything about it. You can't let them know. I feel that for ATEEZ, of course, like, it's just, it hurts how much I love them. Whenever I've had like my ex, for example, is like, you love them so much, and it does hurt, but you can just like squeeze them and you can physically just like be like, ugh, like, and that's how you express it. Cause sometimes you don't have words. It's like when people bite because they can't express how much they love. It's like that, but with an artist. And I'm so glad that I found Cobra because before that, it was just ATEEZ, and I only felt that way for them. But yeah, she's just great, and she's so beautiful. And I think it's something about her as a person I think is really so good. That mixed with her art and performance is just like it's such a switch up, and I'm obsessed with it. The last big thing I want to talk about is the Lord. I want to talk about the Lord. I don't think I've talked about anything too religious on this podcast ever. I don't know if I've really talked about it because this is not a like, what do I want to say? I wasn't going to say a Christian podcast. I guess technically it is, but it's not a like Bible talk podcast. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you might understand. But that doesn't mean that like I can't sometimes talk about it, because sometimes I want to talk about religion, and I should probably do a whole episode on religion, but it would probably get me a lot of people confused, including me. But some people may not know that I'm a believer of God. Okay. And I have been my entire life. It is how I was raised. Like, I don't necessarily hold all the same beliefs that I was like necessarily raised with, but I do hold a lot of them. I think it's just like for everyone, and maybe I have touched on this before, that like everyone needs to discover religion for themselves. Even though you're raised with things, you're taught things, like I do think you have to discover it for yourself in a way. And if you have kids, you can teach them what you know, what you believe, and they can stick with it. They can take what they need from it and learn about other religions, because it's very important to learn about other religions. But all that to say, that's a conversation for another time. I basically just wanted to say that before recording this, I was watching another podcast, but during that, I was like, I need to take a time for prayer, because I've prayed since coming here to China, but like, I haven't necessarily been thinking about it as much as I could be. I'm not going to say as much as I should be, because I'm one of those people who it's like, I don't think you need to be necessarily like, you have to be praying this many times. It has to be a part of your schedule, because I don't think it does. Like, if I'm not feeling led in a moment to do it, I'm not going to force myself to do it. I do think taking time for it is great. It's great. But, I'm not a routine person with it, because I think that makes it a routine, and I don't want that. Some people disagree. That's fine. People want to do what they want to do. Again, it's your religion. It's your beliefs. Do what you want. But I had a moment, and I was like, I was speaking with God. I was praying, and I was like praying for things. And I was also, talking about how grateful I am for this experience, because obviously there's so many things. I don't even need to reiterate what I'm doing right now, because you can imagine how grateful I am and how once in a lifetime opportunity this is. So I was talking with that, and it was so powerful. And that was why I was like, I need to talk about this, because I don't think people understand like my relationship, my connection with God, and if I even had one. And it's not for everyone, I would say, and people might, feel how they feel about that, but you have to discover it for yourself. So I can't necessarily say you need to believe the same as me. I would never say that, because you don't. You need to believe what you believe, and you need to find it for yourself. But what I can say is that I've had a great experiences with it my entire life. But especially right now, and especially today, like there was something very powerful today that I was like, I could cry talking about it. I could cry because I could feel it. It's something you can feel. And yeah, it's just like the gratitude is like welling up in me, obviously, and that's part of it. But it's also like praying about the future and praying about like future success and future opportunities is like so powerful also, because I really do, like, yes, I believe in myself and I believe in my abilities to work hard, show up, be professional, and do the things that I can do. But I also think like it's not your own fight. You're not doing it by yourself. And that doesn't mean that you have great friends and great supporters and people actually helping you, or physical beings helping you. But there's also something that's like way more powerful that's helping you, that you're not by yourself. Like the greatest thing about religion to me is that I'm literally never by myself. Like I'm never alone. If I can't reach Google to ask a question, if I can't and like find that security, if I can't talk to someone physically to have that security, I have the security right here. Why am I giving pasta right now? Anyways, you guys get the point, okay? I just wanted to explain this experience and share it with you, because it was something really cool and really powerful, that the Lord is good. And I think people don't know that about me, that I feel that way. And I want people to know, just not because I want to like be like, hey, this is what I do, this is what I believe, you should too, like hashtag Bible, hashtag God is good. Like, yes, hashtag God is good, but not in that way. That's not it for me. But I just wanted to like say a really real situation that just happened before I pressed record on this. I was speaking to the Lord and chit-chatting and being like, hey, not like that. But I was like, it was just a great conversation. It was a great prayer. So if you're watching this, you know what? Give prayer a shot. Hit up a little prayer right now. Pray for anything. Pray for anything that you're worried about. Pray for anything you're happy about. And I'm not going to go down the list, but you guys get the concept. I'm going to close out here. This has been a long episode for my first here, but there's more to come. It's raining, of course. It rains every single day here. There's been one day that it hasn't rained since I've been here for 3 weeks, but anyways, wish me luck in my endeavors here, and I will be back soon, hopefully next week. But if not, set your post notifications so that you'll see every time I upload. Anyways, this has been the Leckiju Lounge. Please check me out on my Linktree, everywhere else, because then you get like I'm updating immediately everywhere. You can see my new test shoots that I'll be posting, my touristy endeavors. Anyways, this has been the Leckiju Lounge. Bye. Love you.